friends, welcome back to the channel. So I said I always grateful for another week, and it's true, because I'm telling you sometimes you will not know the behind scene, the craziness that goes on behind the scene to get here. So I'm always grateful for another week and excited at the same time, because I have made it to the kitchen. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to bring some fall up in the kitchen. Yes, I'm going to bring the festive and harvestness of the season in the kitchen with the, same tones of browns and, the same color palette. And I'm excited to take you all along with me on this beautiful day. And I'm so excited because I have incorporated some fresh pumpkin, just fresh pumpkins to the space. No other artificial pumpkins, just fresh pumpkins, yes. And some fresh greenery, and not greenery, like stems, yes, and some thrifted items and DIY item. Yes, it's here for you all. So get ready, cozy up with your tea, your coffee, because we are getting ready to warm up the space and bring some coziness, and not just coziness, but some fall scent up in the kitchen. All right, so join me as I continue to bring you design inspiration. But before we do so, I am going to take this wonderful fall evening to welcome you all back to the channel. Thank you all so much for your continual loyal and support to the channel. To all my returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your kind words, and I'm happy that you all been inspired, and that's the key. And to all the newly subscribers, some of you commented that you are a new subby, and I like when you comment and tell me, okay, you are new, because if you're not publicly subscribed to the channel, I mean, if your account is private, I won't know that you subscribe. Yes, so I like when you comment and say, oh, I just subscribed, I'm a new subby. Yes, so I can officially, welcome you to the channel. So I'm thanking you so much for clicking on that subscribe button and becoming a part of the family. And I'm excited to have you on board with us today. Yes, so I am not going to join out the intro, because we gotta save some time for the decoration, right? Yeah, so with any other hesitation and adus and whatever, we are going to busy up and get cozy and bring the kitchen to this festive and warm and comfortable as well too, not just because I hang out a lot in my kitchen. So if you realize, there's a TV there, so I have to cozy up and make it all warm and inviting. So thank you all so much for all your kindness and love and support that you have been showing the channel. I have seen you all, and I'm grateful and appreciative for each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Let's decorate. Okay, sweet friends, so I'm in the empty and clean kitchen, and what a best way to start off your decoration on an empty, clean space. So I'm going to be bringing some harvest and festivity to the kitchen, because it's fall, and what best way or space to bring some harvest to the kitchen. So I'm going to be incorporating, the rust and the different tones of brown and some thrifted and DIYs and fresh pumpkin to the space. Starting off on the shelves, on the top, a DIY vessel with some mixed boxwood stems, and then over to the right, a vintage inspired landscape frame, and then I'm going to complete it with a wooden bowl. Now on to the next shelf, I'm bringing in some amber mugs and some dessert bowls to the left of the shelf. The rest of the second shelf that I'm bringing in is all thrifted items, and that's a set of mugs from back in the day, yes. And then over to the right, I'm bringing in some sets of plates, also sets from the Salvation Army, and on top of the plate this is a gravy bowl also from the Salvation Army. To the third shelf, this is a vintage print from Etsy, and also I'm going to bring in the saucer plates matching to the ones there from the thrift store Salvation Army. And then over to the right, I'm bringing in this thrifted item also from the Salvation Army. I'm giving it a little DIY here. Yeah, I think I got that for like $2.99, and I just going to incorporate it right here on top of the plates. Over to the right, this is a Cheryl collection brand from Target, but from years ago, and I DIY it. And then I'm just going to finish off the shelf with these golden and wood mushroom, and I'm just going to lay that one to rest. So right there, and that will complete the shelves. To this long slate of my counter in the corner, I'm bringing in this bread book. It's called The Bread on the Table, and I've been inspired by it, and you will see that later. And this is another thrifted piece from the Salvation Army. Oh my gosh. But when you looked underneath the bottom, what did I see? Crate and Barrel for $10. Yes, $10. I could not be happier. Over to the right here to the book, bringing in this marble bowl from TJ Maxx, and I'm going to be incorporating these beautiful, it's real pumpkin, and that's all I'm using in the kitchen this year. That's how I feel like going, all fresh, real pumpkin. Just love the artisticness that it's giving me, the shape and the texture. They're all just beautiful, and I picked these up from Trader Joe. Moving on to the center of my counter, and that stand is from Michaels, and this print also vintage inspired from Etsy, bringing in 2 stacks of books right here to the right. And then I'm going to bring in my candle warmer, and I'm going to try to like camouflage the cord behind the frame. Now over on top of the book, this is a pumpkin canestine, but I'm going to use it as a vase to host these mixed greenery maple, the turning leaves. Yeah, and then that's my espresso candle and some measuring spoon to finish it off. Now over to the left of the counter. Stacks of books in the corner. Now I'm bringing in these wooden board for some backdrop and contrast to my white backsplash. And then this is a marble turn plate I'm going to use to house my cooking essential. And right there I'm bringing in 2 sets of wooden salt and pepper grinder. Then I'm going to bring in my olive oil, essential cooking items right here, and my pesto. Now, this is another thrifted piece from the Salvation Army. It's a clay vessel. One of the one of the handle is broken, yes, but that didn't stop me from getting it. I only got it for $4.99 because I know I'm going to do something with it, okay? So I decided that I will give it a nice little makeover, yes, using some chalk paint here. I'll list the paint in the description box that I use on this, and contrast it with 2 different types of paint. Might be 3, I think. This is how it turned out, and I'm so loving it. I'm going to use it to house my kitchen utensils. My iron vintage bowl with some stacks of garlic. Over to my kitchen sink area, bringing in a wooden and gold tray. I'm going to use it to house all my tea items, and this is another vintage inspired print from Etsy as well. Now onto my mug rack. I use different mugs from, you know, different texture and color, and that's copper incorporating, and that's a chocolate ceramic, and these ones are actually from Target, the Heart and Hand collection, and the Threshold brand. Now I'm going to finish off my mug rack with another thrifted piece from the Salvation Army. I'm bringing in some stone coaster, and then on top of there another thrifted item from the Salvation Army as well, and then I'm going to bring in another one from the thrifted from the Salvation Army, and this is actually interesting. I didn't know what it was when I picked it up, but I'm assuming it's for honey. So there you have it. It's my vintage honey pot, and then that's my herb diffuser, and now another DIY vessel that I did, and that's going to complete this little corner right here. I'm going to put in my honey because I'm going to be making me a cup of tea shortly. Now some extra kitchen towels onto my rack, and then I'm going to go over to my kitchen sink. I always like to have my little bottles right here in water. I've been doing this all my life. So as I mentioned earlier, I was inspired by the Bread on the Table book, so I decided why not make me some hot rustic bread. So I'm going to pause for a moment and get the mixture all together, and then I'm going to put it aside for 3 hours to 5 hours, and then we're going to continue to decorate. By my stove, another vintage print from Etsy, and then I'm going to push right my way through my herbs right there in the corner, and then a little pop of color to the stove. That's a rust cast iron. I'm going to complete the stove with my wood and marble stone rest. So the kitchen, because we just cannot have too much towels in the kitchen. You're going to pause again and infuse the kitchen with some fall scented fruit, and I'm telling you, I'm not joking, this scent is amazing because I put vanilla and almond, nutmeg egg, and some cinnamon powder, and it actually smelled like I'm baking. My son ran out from the room, came to the kitchen. Mommy, what is it that you're baking? Now over to my little kitchen nook area, I bring in a wooden tray for some texture, and this is a glazed pitcher that can actually use water in it, because I pour water in it because I'm bringing in some fresh magnolia stems that I picked up at Trader Joe. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm bringing in all the fresh and liveness to the space. So now I'm bringing in a brass candelabra, and I'm going to use some battery operated candle because I'm not going to use a real candle there. Yeah, but I just need some candles on the table. I'm going to bring a scented one as well, and then that's some thrifted plates as well from the Salvation Army, and then I'll just complete it with my apple cider candle. A little more coziness, right? I'm bringing in these sets of caramel brown pillows to my little nook right here. Over to my little area right here by my crescenda that drives me nuts. This area, I just don't know why they will put a socket so high, but anyway, I just find a way to cover up the eyesore by bringing in a print to represent the season. Please excuse the glare on the frame because the light is on, so it's pulling off a whole lot of glare, extra glare than normal. Yes, so this is another vintage print from Etsy as well, and these are some Stillwell fig, and what perfect way to bring in this beautiful print to the space to represent the fall season. Over to the right of the crescenda, this lamp is actually from the Studio McGee collection, but I repainted this lamp so many times. I paint it black and then I bring it back to taupe, beige, you know, just whatever purpose when I need it, you know, I just make it happen. And yes, I always have a lamp right here on the right of my crescenda at all times in my kitchen. All right, so yeah, we are moving on over to the left of the crescenda. Now, moving over to the left of the crescenda, I'm bringing in this beautiful heavy 4-handle vessel, and oh my gosh, I love this vessel so much. And then I'm going to finish it off with some beautiful brown eucalyptus stems, and then right here I'm bringing in this rusted basket, and I'm going to use it to house some fresh pumpkins that I picked up from various different stores. And I have a whole stacks of dry Spanish moss around my house because I use it all the time for different purpose. And this first pumpkin, these two pumpkins are actually from Target. That squash is from my local store, and then these three pumpkins are, all these pumpkins, last ones are from Trader Joe's. So I actually went pumpkin hunting. And another bread book to the space. It's actually called Flour, Water, Salt, Yeast, and that's where I'm getting these bread inspo. And I'm talk about bread, I'm going to be checking on my bread shortly. And then on top of the books, I'm going to bring in this beautiful brass leaf bowl, and that will complete the crescenda. Now this is another thrifted piece from the Salvation Army, and I'm telling you, it was too light for my taste, so I decided I will give it a nice little stain using that same dark walnuts, and I'm telling you, it is beautiful. Look at the beautiful basket that I got for $4.99. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just gonna cascade some dried wheat and dried artichokes over to the right of the basket. Wrapping up the space, I'm changing up my window treatment to a warmer tone, and then I'm laying down my kitchen runner, and I stopped by Trader Joe again to get me some fresh fall flowers for my window. My rustic artisan bread, I just take it out of the oven. It's nice and hot and ready to eat, and I'm going to fix me some glass of tea, some ginger and some vanilla chai tea, and that's my herb diffuser. I just fill it up with some ginger, and I'm just going to add a tiny drop of honey because I don't make my tea too sweet, and I'm going to have that with my bread when I'm finished decorating. Lighting my apple cider candle, I'm infusing the air with more fall scent, and then I'm going to take you on that festive harvest fall journey. joking, guys. This is for real. I'm telling you, it smells really nice up inside here because I had the vanilla and the almond. It smells like I'm actually baking. You guys need to try it. I'm not joking. It's really smelling good up in here. What a beautiful, awesome, festive and harvest day it has been. Hanging out with the most beautiful people in the world as I decorate my kitchen for the fall season, where I incorporated the fresh pumpkins and beautiful live plants and all the earthy tones that you can think of in the world. I hope today's video bring you some beautiful inspiration and to help you get motivated if you have not yet started to decorate it for the fall. I hope you were able to gather lots of designing inspiration so you can get moving. Don't forget to give me a beautiful fall thumb up. I really do appreciate them a whole lot. Thank you all so much for your kindness, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, and when you do, please tap on the notification bell twice. In that way you won't miss any of my content when I upload it. And don't forget to comment and let me know what you think about the space and which area was your favorite. Until next time, this is Aretha saying bye, and I see you in the next one.